Welcome everybody to Antiga Shipyard for an exciting match between Liquid Sheth, everyone's favorite mana bear, and Complexity's RSVP. A Zerg versus Protoss here on Antiga Shipyard. So we'll see what happens. Nothing crazy going on yet. Good luck, have fun, and have fun, good luck, sir. And the mana bear smiley face. Sheth's always a friendly and exciting player. Fun to watch. Solid player in the late game, but he is known to mix it up with some pretty crazy all-ins and things like Roach Hydra drops and Baneling busts, so Nidus busts. So you really can't just sit back and expect him to drone up to 80 before he builds a Zergling. It's not really his style. He does it, he's great at it, but he's a pretty dangerous player, and it's fun to see what he decides to do in these games. But both players so far just playing standard, no 6 pulls, 10 pulls, anything crazy. Going to see a Forge expand for RSVP, which is extremely standard. I'm always interested to see how the wall-offs go. I think most Protoss now are starting to do the wall-off between the ramp and your Nexus. Some players still decide to wall off the ramp, and you can wall off this ramp, but it's extremely wide. It's a lot shorter to build wall between the ramp and the Nexus to your main than the natural ramp, which is humongous. But not something that Zerg players need to worry about unless reactor Hellions come out. Which is another thing, you know, like for the most part, Zerg players never really had to worry about SimCity that much. Most players learned, you know, where to best put things like spawning holes and roach warrens, so they weren't susceptible to drops maybe. But we've been seeing a lot, especially with these Hellion openings, is that Zerg players have learned to build walls, and it's you know, it's becoming more, not even popular, but more necessary. You know, throw some evolution chambers and some spine crawlers here or across here. This is a good spot right here for an evolution chamber. Blocks off an evo chamber right here will block off so Hellions can't get around here, or spine crawler around here. So you know, it's interesting development of the Zerg skill set, if you will. But these two Nexus going down, one cannon and then gateway. So we went Forge, cannon, Nexus, gateway, and that's pretty interesting. I usually put the gateway here, so you know, Zerglings can't get through here. A little bit of extra defense in front of his cannon. But we have a quick third, and that's pretty standard too. You'll usually see the third hatchery come down before the 5-minute mark, and since Sheth knows that, you know, there's a Forge expand happening here, as long as he doesn't allow the Protoss player to get a cannon down, there's really no way that the Protoss player can be aggressive. So 2 hatcheries going down, the natural one is up, third is a little under halfway done. Moving some drones to the natural. Workers up to 21 for Protoss and 19 for Sheth, and that's going to explode pretty soon now that we've got some queens injecting. There's 1 queen in the map, the second one's going to pop out pretty soon. So I'll be able to see if he throws a creep tumor down or just goes for the eject. What is he going to do? What is... Oh, she's just going to crawl her way slowly to get an inject down. And that's fine. There's not too much need for creep yet. Against Terran, that might have been a little different. But just going for some maximum injects now. 4 drones coming out, +1 weapons coming out at the same time as warp gates. So I think he used 29 seconds. I think he used his first 100 gas to get out +1, which is interesting. Getting that out sooner, and that's smart. 160 seconds for both. So these are pretty synced up now. They'll finish at about the same time, depending on where he chrono boosts. So I wouldn't be surprised to see some sort of maybe 6 or 7 gate timing. Oh no, I'm wrong. Stargate. So maybe 2 gases, probably 2 void rays and zealots. That's a pretty popular white raw tactic. Not too much special tactic, but tactic. Good strategy to use. And this zealot is going to be annoying. Great positioning there. These Zerglings can't get us around. So 4 kills already, 5 kills, and goes down. So he kills more than he cost, which is good. And that's more Zerglings that Sheth had to make that aren't drones. So all these, you have 9 Zerglings here. He figured he'd have the initial 6 or so. So that's about 2 drones that he didn't make to make some, a couple extra speedlings or Zerglings. Does he have speed yet? I don't think he researched it. No speed. Just going straight for Roach Horn. Which is pretty interesting, actually. I don't know. What does he see here?
Your
That he's going
probes are under attack.
Doesn't see. He just saw the Forge upgrading. He doesn't know about the Stargate just yet. And we have our first Void Ray out. 54 harvests already. So at this point, he can just spam out roaches and queens, and he'll be fine. I don't know if he has an Evo Chamber. No Evo Chamber here yet. And this Void Ray is charged. That's not good. We got a bunch of +1 Zealots running around, and this Void Ray is going to do a lot of damage. These queens are going to be very slow, and the Void Ray will be charged up. There's no Evo Chamber. He just threw it down now, and we're going to have the second one. This queen is not going to be enough, but the Void Ray lost his charge. He was going for drone kills, and he only got 3 of them. He probably should have just focused down the hatchery until he got charged up at least. But now Sheth is just going to be aggressive. Zealots versus Roaches is not even a fair fight. And these Void Rays are going to have to come back and defend, so that'll give Sheth enough time to get us some more queens and some Spore Crawlers. But there's just not a lot to defend here. 98 supply to 62 only. There's only 4 Zealots and Stalkers, some 4 kills going down. There's just so many Roaches here. 1 cannon defense going down, and these sentries have no energy left. The Void Ray is obviously looking up eventually, but how much damage can get done? 3 workers killed already, and these Roaches are getting up, so not too much damage done, but perhaps more importantly, he pushed back those Void Rays. So now there's a Spore Crawler at each base. So just one at the third, one at the main, another one going down here. So these Void Rays really aren't going to be able to do too much. They're charging somewhere. Oh, charging up on an Overlord. And now with the Queen here, and the Spore Crawler, and another one coming down, I don't think these Void Rays will be able to do too much damage. He's still making Void Rays 2 at a time, so somehow he got a second Stargate down during all of that. So he's just going to go mass Void Rays, apparently. Twilight Count's going down another cannon. It's not 46, 2 bases, 46 harvesters, not terrible. But Sheth at this point is at the point of 77 harvesters where he doesn't really need to make any more drones. So his army supply is going to just swell up enormously. But these Void Rays, not getting too much. Sheth has more Spore Crawlers coming down and more Roaches. +1 missile attacks. I'm not sure what his answer is going to be. Roaches are, they're good. He can do a lot of damage if he can get to the main, but they're obviously not going to kill Void Rays. And Sheth so far just threw down the Hydralisk net. So unless High Templars are good against him, he has a bit of an opening since there's only the Templar cards aren't down yet. But 4 Void Rays tearing up, getting so many kills, 11 kills, 3 kills, 2 kills, so they're just causing havoc here, killing Overlords. They're not going to deal too much economic damage, but they're really forcing Sheth in the face. The Queen's taking pot shots, but she's probably going to go down to about 4 Void Rays about to get charged up. He just needs to get them charged and focus on something. But now with more Queens coming out and 9 Hydras, these Void Rays, they really didn't get a lot done. They got a decent amount of kills, but they were mostly Overlords, some Roaches, or even. And that's not what you want to do when you go in 2-gate Void Ray, 2 Stargate Void Ray. Switching into the Phoenixes to help out, probably lift up those Hydralisks. At this point, he needs Storm. He needs to get some High Templar out. But what's his army like? He's only got 1 Zealot and 2 Stalkers for a ground army compared to 20 Roaches, 34 Zerglings, and 9 Hydralisks. So this is not going to go very well for RSVP at this point. Steven's running in. What are his upgrades like? I think he's got the ranged upgrades, +1 range. And these Speedlings alone are pushing him back. I mean, this army is enough to take out this army as it is. Force Field's going down. But now that the Hydralisks are in here, there's 9 of them with +1 upgrades. And they have the range upgrade. Yeah, they do. So that's going to be... Oh, they don't have a range upgrade. Which is bad, actually. Void Rays outrange him by 1. But Sheth been seeing so much damage, 180 supply to 83. He's in the Naturalist, before facing Void Rays. You know, again, they'll clean up eventually, but not before the Nexus goes down. And look at the rally. More roaches, more speed into the rally. Instantly, the third base is only 2 cannons to defend. This is not going to be good. Storms may have gone down. Yeah, some storm probably went down. No, not yet. It's not going to matter. It's still 100 supply back. This third base is going down, nothing there to defend. Some roaches chilling out, having a party with Hydras. And Probes being called on to defend. And Probes versus roaches actually in that fight. The roach attack so slow. 7 kills, 15 kills, 14 kills. A lot of kills in these Void Rays, but it's not enough. He has 1 base now. Some Archons, Templar, Void Rays. It's not going to matter. Sheth taking the gold base. And chilling out, these armies just running around, doing nothing, relaxing. There's only 1 Void Ray in here. Oh, no, there they are. Wow, that's a lot of Hydralisks, and there's no way that RSVP is going to be able to stop this. It's beginning to end, some Corruptors coming out, more roaches, and Sheth splitting, moving back to Hydralisk, and once those storms run out, which is right about now, there's really nothing that RSVP can do, so he calls good game, and Sheth just overruns him.